You are tuning in to Financial Fitness Northwest live on 1150 KKNW. It's now time for the Riley Johnson Team Market Update, where we dedicated to providing the tools you need to make informed decisions and how today's events in our local economy can affect your buying power. So, what are we talking about today,
Well,
Sarah?
we're going to talk about buying when you don't have the 20% down. And it kind of just goes off of, too, Courtney being here and talking about different products available. And I feel like a lot of buyers, especially first-time home buyers, have the stigma that you have to have a certain amount saved for your down payment, which isn't the case. I just read this report recently released that down payment has, or 65% of first-time home buyers purchase their home with less than 6% down. So really, there are a lot of options out there. So I thought we could talk about, your class that you have coming up.
Yeah, so really it's not even 20 or 15 or that's a crazy statistic. So 6% down, over 62%. So, if you're out there listening and you're thinking, I don't have any money saved, it doesn't mean that you cannot buy a house.
Right.
There are options for you.
Absolutely. The minimum down conventional is 3%. Everyone thinks it's 5%, but it actually is 3%. FHA is 3.5%. And the report I was reading to talk about how a lot of home buyers are still taking advantage of FHA. Those loans still remain really popular. However, I feel like you don't necessarily have to go FHA, and that a lot of lenders tend to fall back on that for down payment people that have a lower down payment, but it's not necessarily in your best interest. So if you go in and you don't have a lot of money down and your lender says, here, FHA, you need to get another opinion, because conventional 3% down is always going to be in your better interest unless you have a credit issue.
Yeah. And even if you don't have a super high credit score, but that and you're a first-time home buyer, especially you first-time home buyers, the 3% down conventional first-time home buyer with a low mortgage insurance knocks the socks off the FHA loan every day. So like you said, lenders might just go to FHA because they know it and it's been around forever. But mortgage insurance, there's a lot of finessing you can do with that. So,
And when you're talking about first-time home buyers, you're really talking about the down payment assistance program, right? Is that what you're talking about? Because so Patricia has a class with the Washington State Housing Finance Commission. There's a program there, Home Advantage, that allows for down payment assistance. So you literally can get your 3% lent to you with it's confusing to say, but there's no payment. So yes. You have to come and talk to us to get all the details. Yeah. But Patricia teaches the classes, and we're going to post on the website the next class that's coming up. But she does one a month, right?
Yes, I do them every month, and I may actually be doing 2 a month. But right now, the next class is on April 26th, and it is from 5 to 10, which sounds a little bit long, but it is a required 5-hour class by Washington State Housing Finance Commission in order to get your certificate so that you would qualify for that Home Advantage program. And actually, the state bond has a lot of different down payment assistance programs, but with the Home Advantage, you actually do not even have to be a first-time home buyer for that program. So it's a great option, and like Sarah said, as crazy as it sounds, there's no payment on the money that you borrowed for the down payment. It's an interest-free loan until you either refinance or sell your property. So great way to get into a property.
Yeah, and also there's a reduced mortgage insurance when you do that program, which gives you more buying power, actually, than doing an FHA with your down payment, because FHA mortgage insurance is costly. You also have financed-in mortgage insurance on top of your monthly MI with FHA, and it never goes away. It's for the life of the loan, so the only way to get rid of it is to refinance out of the loan. And so besides this down payment assistance, if you had your down payment, there are also reduced MI programs depending on your income and other things. So you really just need to get a second opinion. It's the biggest investment you'll make in your lifetime. And so you really have to make sure that you're getting all the information and someone's really looking out for your best interests.
Yeah, and even if you haven't started looking because you did feel like you wouldn't be able to buy, talk to a lender that you trust and start the process. Have them do a pre-approval and pull a credit and just see. You might be surprised that you actually could could qualify for a home when maybe you don't feel like you could. And if you have credit issues, it's also a great thing to start the process because, we can help you and advise you on where you need to, go to improve your credit and
or just
give
some
you
little things you need to do.
Tips and tricks to help you get it where you need to be. So if you're 6 months out, you have time, you might as well get working on it.
Right. It's the first planning stages, taking an application and talking to a lender. I love when people say, oh, I don't think I can buy. I have so many friends who are now homeowners who said, oh, I can't buy a house. I don't qualify. I'm like, just take the application and let's talk. And they have the home of their dreams because they just didn't even know what was available to them. So definitely talk to a lender, or talk to us. So thank you guys so much for tuning into our show, Financial Fitness Northwest. We hope you found the information valuable. To learn more about our show or any guests, find us online at www.financialfitnessnw.com. Please let us know if you have any suggestions about topics discussed today or have any suggestions for future topics. We'd love to hear from you. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next Thursday. Talk to you next Thursday.
Thanks for tuning in.